Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to our podcast. This is Nikki Rapp and Brittany Lee, and welcome to week 3 of Manifest Her.
Okay, Nikki Rap, I thought we changed your name.
Oh my gosh, who am I? I don't even know. There's so much going on. Who
I
am
feel
I?
like Nikki Rap is more like fits you more. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure that out.
I'm
What
Nikki
works best
Dimitri.
for
I'm
you?
Nikki Dimitri on socials. But if this is your first time tuning in with us, welcome, first of all. But the name joke going on is I am a woman of many names and mysteries. And all the way back, I think it formed way, way back to like my bartending days. And it used to be so fun. I used to be a Coyote Ugly bartender. And every night when we would go to our till, my nickname is actually Nikki, which comes from my middle name, Nikia. And so on my till, I'd be like Slick Nick, Nick at Night, Slick When Wet, right? And all this. And so when we were actually auditioning to become coyotes, I was nicknamed Slick. And so I would play between Slick and Nick and all these things. And I think it way has followed me that I go by all these many, many names at work. And my first name is Ariane, which is hard. And I think
Yeah.
that confuses people. So then I'm like, oh, it's fine. Just call me Nikki. But then
Yeah.
they're like, well, where does Nikki come
I
from?
didn't know that that's where Slick came from. I knew that you did Coyote Ugly. I feel like you should tell that story of how you did that. That's so cool. I
I
loved that movie when
should
I was young.
because I actually just came across pictures and I'm going to send them to you and we can put them on the feed.
Okay.
They're hard
Yeah.
to find because this was before
I've never
smartphones
seen
and like,
pictures. Yeah.
it's
I'm
hard to
so happy
find.
you found some.
Back in my day, back in mom. It's hard to
Yes.
find proof and like photos of when I did this, and I was badass. So like,
Yeah.
all right, here's a little story. Coyote Ugly, if anyone doesn't know, it's a movie. Originally, it was a bar in New York, and it was founded by two young ladies, super hot, and they were working for another bar, and one was like, I can do this better than this bar, and her friend left with her. They started Coyote Ugly, became a huge hit. They launched a movie that had featured Tyra Banks as one of the main stars way
Love that
back in
movie.
like the 90s or something. This was like so
Hmm.
long ago. And it became a hit. And so everyone loved Tyra, and it's where the girls are super sexy. It's a saloon type Western. You blow fire and you hop on the bar and you dance. And if anybody asks for water, you squirt them with it. You don't serve water in that bar, and you drink with them, and you can outdrink your customers and all this like really raunchy type stuff back then for a woman kind of coming into her power. So it just took off like wildfire. And so
Yeah.
once the movie went, they went around the United States and started opening up a bunch of franchises, and everyone could buy in. And then the country music channel was filming it. So it was a reality show. And so they came through. I was living in Panama City, and I was my ex was Air Force, and we were based at Tyndall Air Force Base. And so they came through Panama City Beach, and I'm like, oh, what? Like, should I try this? What? And it was a little intimidating because way back then I didn't really listen to country, to be honest. Not too much. My ex was more of a rock, and I grew up on soul and Motown and R&B and hip hop and all of that. Country wasn't a whole lot in my jam, and rock just like a tad. And so I go out. I'm like, whatever. I was, gonna put on my cloak of confidence, and I go to this, and it's televised, and there's hundreds of girls, Brittany, like hundreds. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
All filming. How many girls of color? Two. Me and another
Wow.
girl. And I was like, okay, I mean, they gotta pick one of us, is how I took it. You
Yeah.
know?
They gotta have one. There's no way they
You
can
got
say no to both.
token black, token black. I gotta be one. So I just like, and I did not, now prior to me auditioning and getting on this little reality show, I wanted to bartend, and I had waitressing skills a little bit, but mostly like I had worked in an office. I didn't have a whole lot, like zero bartending, little bit of waitressing. I'm like, I'm gonna just sell them on this, right?
Yeah.
Because their deal was dancing and personality and like owning your power. And sure
So
enough,
perfect
the
for
owner
you.
was there and they're building the bar. As you're doing it, all this is going on, bar's going up, you're getting televised, and it was like 3 rounds. And so, first round, they go through, it's just like a little interview. Do, 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 who are you? Kiki, kiki, kiki. I sell them on that. And they're like, well, have you bartended? No, but I'm a hell of a dancer. What? So they already was like, okay, like we're feeling this chick. Made it to round two. They made some cuts, and like each round they kind of make cuts, and couple girls home. Round two, you go inside the bar. They play live music. They're like, this is the freestyle dancing. You just gonna get out there and dance. What? Oh, you done said
You got
the
this.
magic word. Oh, this is mine right now. What I was born and raised, I came out the womb dancing. Like dancing has always been my jam. And
Yep.
so I owned it. Now remember, I just started this with it's. I didn't really listen to country or rock, but it didn't matter. Dancing was my power, and I knew that, and I owned it. So it didn't matter what they put on. I could rock them hips. I could move it. And the owner was falling in love more and more. Like, okay, she's about to be one of the top girls. Like feeling my energy, my charisma. Boom, they made a big cut. They cut like half the girls. Boom, girls were crying, crying, crying. There's a
Oh.
big club in Panama City Beach. I don't know if it's there anymore, but back then it was the largest light nightclub in the USA. It's called Club La Vila. And they would film hip hop videos, like Little Kim filmed a video there, all these bad concerts. It was like a 3 level nightclub, but 3 big levels, not like little tiny, like 3 ginormous. And each level would play like different music, and it was kind of the first of its kind too. So we went to Club La Vila. You go home, get your sexy clothes on, right? Come back tonight. We're doing this live. We're gonna pick the final crew to open this bar. Boom, did that. Went back. They had like a final dance down. All this, made the cut live there, all televised. And then they're like, okay, you come back next day, and they're televising the whole thing. And it's a 2-week crash course. You have to learn. There were choreographed dances to certain songs. You got to learn all those steps, step by step by step. You have to learn how to bartend if you don't, and learn all the drinks. You got to learn, the style, the bar, the history, like so much in 2 weeks. And so, even that, a lot of girls were kind of crumbling. You had to go out, buy some cowboy boots. I'm like, cowboy? I didn't know how to. Girl, picture me trying to buy some cowboy boots. I'm from New York. No. From the upper East Coast, PA. Like, I did not. So I had to go out, buy some cowboy because it's a certain look, get all the things. And you had to learn how to dance in those cowboy boots, which was another skill as well.
Yeah, it
And boom.
is.
And I was getting the dancing. And so I was getting it all, but obviously the dancing was my like strongest. And so they're like, okay, grand opening night. We're only gonna pick certain bartenders, the strongest of the strong, that get to open. Then we're gonna bring in our top girls from our bars in New York, our OG bars that are making all the money right now. Help you, show you, it's grand opening. We're bringing in the OG women, that open the real bars. Because remember, I said all of these are spinoffs, they're franchises. So they're like, we're bringing in the real deal that caused the movie and all of that. You got to meet them and things like that. So you really wanted to work grand opening night. And they
Yeah.
would tell us as we're training, which at first you're kind of bummed out. They're like, your girls are going to have to split your tips. And you're like, what? Nah, that's some bull jump. You
Yeah.
know? Like, They're like, no, trust me. Like all the girls that we picked, every guy has his type. It was a very well planned bar. You each have different strengths. You each have different skills and uniqueness, and it's going to work together cohesively on different nights of the week and different things, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you build. And I'll be darned if they weren't right. And we became this sisterhood, and it was one of my favoriteest jobs ever. I
I
promise you,
bet.
you became this sisterhood of working. You learned how to build, and we were in there. Their thing is you had like bras on the ceiling. It was a woman's bar. They let us know this is your bar. Anyone that comes through those doors, it's yours. And they enforced it. And I felt very powerful in that. I felt very confident, very sexy, like all the things. And I remember going home and gathering up some old bras I could part with, bringing all your old bras, girl. We got to get it furnished. We up there whipping our bras on the ceiling to get it furnished.
That's
It
awesome.
was amazing. And I got picked for grand opening, and the owner, the OG people came down. I got to feel the vibe, and the original lady named me Slick. So that's where Slick came from. And I'm like, because I was whipping the things and doing the dances, and whoo, that bar, especially back then, we were open till like 4 a.m. And it had to be like 2 a.m. And she saw it starting to hit me and she laughed. She was like, I ain't Slick. You got this, come on.
That's
And that
late.
was my name. And I became a legacy art photo. Anyone, you can go into the Panama City Beach Coyote Ugly bar. My photo is on the wall. We are the original crew. We started and opened and birthed that bar. They knew me across. I could go to any coyote within. I remember going into a San Antonio, Texas bar, and they knew me and slid me a free
Oh,
drink. I was like, what the what? And
that's
this was
awesome.
years later, Brittany.
Yeah,
This was like
that's so
after.
cool. Are the
So,
Ugly bars still open?
oh yeah, they're
Yeah,
still open. I
we
think
should
they kind
go.
of died
That would be
down.
so fun.
Obviously they were a lot hotter when the movie first came out,
Yeah.
and things like that. But they're definitely still a thing. They're nationwide. There's one in Vegas. They didn't know me no more. But I was a legend for a while. I was a lead girl. I was the dance captain. I taught all the new girls that came in every dance, everything. It was very empowering. I loved that bar, and we made
Yeah.
money.
Oh, I bet.
Honey, did we? They had strippers wanting to be Coyote. That's how much money we made. They had
Wow.
Hooters girls wanting to be Coyote. They had everybody coming in there like, y'all hiring? Nah, we got it.
That's so
We
cool.
gonna get that.
Especially like back then, it wasn't super normal for women to be like so empowered and like having a space like that. That's so cool. I love
It
that
was
so much.
very new. It was very groundbreaking. And I didn't understand a whole lot, like obviously we delve a lot more into power now, but I knew it felt good,
Yeah.
felt empowering, and it felt like the sisterhood and all the juicy things. I'd go in. That was the first time I would go somewhere by myself and go out. If I wanted to just hang out, I could go into my own bar on my night off. It was my bar.
Yeah.
Security, bar back, owner, manager, right? Everybody got me. I'm cool. You
That's
know,
cool.
it was an amazing.
Anytime, yeah, anytime you do something with just like a bunch of women, I feel like it's just the energy is unreal. I feel
Um,
like it's only been more in the last couple years. I think TikTok has made me see it more of just like how women are and how they come together. When in the past it's been like women against women, and everyone thought that's
yes,
how it was, but it's not
yes.
like that anymore.
Yes,
I
and
love
that's
it.
sad. And I think a lot of
Hmm.
that is society and conditioning, you know. That's what they want. You can make they whomever you choose, right?
Hmm.
But that's what they want. They realize our power.
Yep.
They realize the energy and the strength and everything that we have inside. We create life as women. That is a
Yes,
powerful, powerful thing. So
it
imagine us coming
is.
together. We have ideas and things inside of us, and we hold it. all inside. But when they take that away and they divide us and make us feel less than, or they turn us against each other, that's how we lose out, because we start feeding into that and think we got to be catty or compare,
Right.
or why is she better than me, or jealous, or, no, we don't need to be, there's
No.
enough for all of us
Yep. We can
to
all
go
support each
around.
other, and it's great. That
Yes.
reminds me, I have to tell you something about someone that I dated, but I didn't date, but I talked to. But first, I have to do this because my water's getting cold. But I got the tea so that I can taste tea every week. This one has
Okay.
8 different flavors. I've never made tea before, so I'm going to tell you the kinds that I have and tell me which one I should try because I have no idea. And then while it's
I'm
like
so
making,
proud.
then I'll tell you my story. Okay, so I have decaffeinated breakfast tea, green tea with jasmine, organic chamomile, lemon and orange, Earl Grey, organic peppermint, English breakfast tea, or awesome. Assam? ASSAM, however you say that.
I would do like an Earl Grey. No, not first, not first. I would do the peppermint. You'll like that.
I don't
And
like
it'll wake you
peppermint.
up.
I think that's the one I'll like the least.
Girl.
I know. Any other? I feel
known.
like maybe green tea with jasmine. Is that good?
Okay, Jasmine, yeah.
It sounds good. Okay. Let me open it. I have no idea how to make
But
this. So I
chamomile
just
will make
put
you
the...
sleepy, so.
Let me see what's in
Or
here.
calm.
Okay, then I don't want to try that. What do I pull on this or I leave the paper like that?
No, do that when you're ready to go to bed. Just pull it off a little bit
Wait, this is green tea with jasmine.
so it can dip.
Okay, so pull it off and then just put it in the water?
Yeah, and it'll steep up. I would
Okay.
sweeten it though. Too.
How long do I have to... Oh, well, I don't have anything to sweeten it, so
Like
it's just
5
going to be
minutes.
straight tea. What do you put? Okay. There.
If
I
you're
had to
trying
get
to
that
be
started because my
healthier-
water's going to get cold.
If you're doing healthier, do like honey or agave. Or
Okay.
you can just put sugar.
I'm gonna have to
Being
buy
one.
some stuff. But okay, while that seeps. Anyway, so you saying that, it just reminded me, like, maybe 2 years ago. I don't know how long it's been since I've been on Tinder. Last time I was on Tinder, it was a long time ago. I matched with this guy and we were talking, and I mentioned that I did TikToks, and he like got super quiet, wasn't really saying anything. And then he said after that, he was like, after thinking about it, I don't think that this is going to work because his ex-wife started watching TikTok a lot and it made her get like empowered and feel like there's something better out there for her. And so she left him over it. And like him saying that, and it was just like, the way that men think is ridiculous. And thank you so much for saying that, because no way would I want someone who thinks that it's a problem that women see that they can be empowered and strong. And I was so disgusted by that. That was I got back off
like,
Tinder
you're
right
right.
away.
It's
I was
not
like, I
gonna
can't
work.
handle this. Yeah, it's gross.
It definitely won't work.
I can't stand it.
Because
Yeah.
your mindset is not the one for me.
Yes. No, thank you.
There's this prank
Goodbye.
show that, yeah, there's this new prank show Jensen and I started watching. I love pranks. We were talking about that. And this dude was pranking his wife. Cool, cool. But I was not vibing with like his reasons why. And there's a girl on the prank. It's a prank panel of 3 people. One's Gabourey Sidibe. I don't know if you know her, black comedian. And she was kind of like picking up. That's what my vibe. She's like, because he kept putting his wife down as the reason why. He's like, oh, we're both wedding planners and she thinks she's getting better than me, so I need to take her down a couple notches. And like, no, get out. That's your reason why you want to prank her. You want to, oh, she thinks she's getting better than you. And like, as they were pranking her and stuff, she would like say a line or a joke. He's like, that's my line. She got that from me. No. Like,
It's disgusting. The more I see, like, it's really not difficult for me to stay single because I feel like there are a lot of very good men, but there are more men who are like that, at least like that I come across. And it's just like, I want no part in any of it. It's so gross how they treat people. I just saw this morning someone who thought it was funny to prank his wife. He shaved her head. Like, they were just sitting there by like brushing their teeth or whatever, and he just like went whooshoo, and like went right here and shaved it. And he just thought it was so funny. And she's like, should I divorce him? Yes, you should. That's no reason.
Yes.
And he just thinks it's funny. I'm like,
Yes, you
shave
should.
my head? That's crossing boundaries that I'm not willing to deal with.
Yeah, for your
Yeah.
jokes, like you're doing the most. You don't understand me on any level. If you would do that, you have to really think about what's behind that. If your man is
Yep.
willing to go to that for his own gain, no. And that's why
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, you should think about that when you think of, should I divorce him? What else is he doing? How else is he treating you, you know, in that
Yep.
relationship? And like that guy that I'm talking about, why do men want to put us in a box? Oh, she's great and I love her as long as she doesn't pass me,
Yep.
you know? Oh, yeah, she's amazing until she starts getting too good. She's too good. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
No, calm down now. Like, no.
Yeah. It's really
No.
hard because I am pretty successful, like with my job, and I get told by a lot of people that I'm intimidating, and they're just like not even willing to try because they're like, you make more than me. I can't do that. When I was married, my ex hated me being like, he did not, when I left my job and then ended up coming back later, he didn't want me to go back because he didn't
Wow.
want me to be successful. Like, he didn't support me at all. And I've dated people since then who are very supportive, and it like throws me off when I'm like, I know it's probably hard for you to hear about all of my successes right now when you're struggling, but they're like, no way. Like, and it's just like a weird feeling. I've never been like supported by a man in that way. They're always just intimidated and like make me feel less than I should feel.
And that's where we got to come together as women, is express like, where are we seeing this in our lives, because it is prevalent. It's something women have experienced. We've been fighting for different rights, right, of equality and mindset and just to be seen as equals. And it's still something that you see, whether it's really little, right, and something that you can kind of let squeak by and you're like, oh, that's nothing, or whether it's something really blatant, it's still kind of there. And that's where we got to just come
Mm-hmm.
together, and where those sisterhoods are important, where, but a lot of that starts within as well. You got to love yourself and start there, and then reach out and love your sister too, and help
Yeah.
her out too, because we are powerful, and we can't keep letting people put the labels on us. And if we are going to have the labels, maybe change what that label means, and get outside of these boxes, and don't be afraid to be powerful, because you just see it so much, whether it's at work or in a relationship. You just see it so much, and that's really sad.
Yeah, it really is. And I think that I'm very hopeful that the more that we start to stand up for ourselves and like defend supporting each other and all that, that men will have to step up and they won't have a choice, and the mindset will change more, because I think it's not a lot of their faults. They grow up being taught that way, and I don't think that they're intentionally being mean or putting us down or anything, some of them. And I'm just hopeful that eventually they're being raised by women who are more empowered, and hopefully they'll like the next generation will be better than they are now. I hope.
Yeah, I think changing, right, the more we're changing our mindsets and then raising our children's, it should change throughout the generations, is the hope
Yeah.
and the goal. So I like that you said that. I kind of wanted to ask you, where do you think that comes from? Why is it there's such a divide, the way that men view women, or we're viewed as emotional, you know, or
Mm-hmm.
we're viewed as clingy, things like
Right.
that, or the bitch, or why is it those labels are often kind of put on us, often from, society or wherever it's coming from.
Yeah, I think that like it hasn't been that long. Like, when did women start working? Like, we used to just stay
True,
home. I feel like it hasn't been that
true.
long. So we're still
Yeah,
being
really
raised
in the
by
war,
people.
I feel
Yeah.
like,
And some of those people who lived like that, like, they're still alive. And that's like, it's not that far like separated from where we're at now. And I think it's just something that has to change over time, because people get set in their way. Same with like racism. The older generations, it's worse with them because that's how it was as they grew up, and then they teach their kids, and like each generation I feel like is a little less that way, but it has to eventually, we have to grow out of that.
love it, love it. And starts with us. Teach the
Yeah,
children, show each other, help break
absolutely.
those mindsets.
It's actually, it makes me really proud of how my daughters are, of how I'm raising them. It's like my youngest is the most, like, she will put anyone in their place. There's no one that will walk over her. And I'm so proud that I've raised her that way, but also it's starting to suck because she has no problem calling me out. Like the other day, I was talking to her. I don't remember what it was, but sometimes I like fake guilt them. I'm like, please do it. I've done so much for you. I'll like beg them for something. And she's like, you don't get to do that. You don't get to treat me like that and that. And I'm like, I don't get to do that. I'm like, you're talking to me like I'm some awful person. But she's right, though. I don't get to do that. She gets to make her own decisions. And I'm like, geez, she's going to have no problem. She's so strong. It's crazy.
I love that so much.
Yeah, she does it all the time. And I'm like, oh, and every single time, I can't get mad. So I'm like, okay, well, that's how I'm teaching her. I'm teaching her to be that way, and I'm proud of her. Okay, do you think it's been long enough that I can try this?
Yes.
Okay,
Let's get
taste
this
it.
first take. Oh, look at your mug.
It's Haley's. It's so cute. It has a mushroom in the middle that's like sticking up. I can't tilt it because this actually isn't bad. I could drink that. It's not very hot anymore, though. I let it sit too long.
Okay.
But it's not bad. I feel like it would help my throat, at least when I'm sick.
Okay.
Oh, the aftertaste isn't great. Yeah. When you put honey in it, does it taste like honey? Because I don't like honey.
Try it. Do you like agave?
I don't think I've ever had that.
Try agave.
Is that like a type of sugar?
No, it's a plant.
Oh,
It's
I
just
didn't know
another
that.
sweetener from a different plant. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, since I don't drink coffee or tea, I don't sweeten things like that. I have no idea. So, okay, I'll get some.
What don't you like about honey? The taste?
Yeah, I think it's gross. I like honey, like if I make honey mustard, like that's good. Like honey in stuff as an ingredient is good, but like the taste of honey is gross. I could never just eat it on like by itself.
What do you sweeten with? Sugar?
I don't have anything that I sweeten, like because I don't
Cereal,
drink.
Oatmeal. You don't eat oatmeal?
I don't eat oatmeal.
Girl.
I eat cereal, but I've never sweetened it.
What
The way you're looking at me.
You don't eat no cornflakes or Cheerios?
I do, but they're sweet enough for me. I don't add anything to them. I didn't even know that people do that. I did not know that was a thing. You put sweetener in.
You are blowing my mind. We are so much alike, and then we're so opposite sometimes.
I've never heard of anyone sweetening their. I thought you only put sweetener in coffee or tea. There's nothing I put sweetener in.
What do you eat? You don't sweeten that. There's nothing you can think of that you sweeten, Brittany.
I don't think I do. I eat things how they are. I know some people sweeten like Greek yogurt, but I don't. I just put like granola in with it and fruit, and the fruit makes it sweet.
Girl, this is foreign. You realize my mind is like exploding.
Really?
You do know you're talking to your best friend who grew up putting sugar on her spaghetti, right? You do know that.
That's
Did you not
so
know
gross.
that about me?
Well, I know. I thought like, because I know you use
like,
spaghetti.
No, and like,
I know that
put it
people
in the
put
back
like
of your
sugar in spaghetti sauce, like when they're cooking, they like put sugar in the sauce. That's normal. But like on top of it, like you put spaghetti on your plate and then sprinkle with sugar.
let me
Get
break
out.
this down for you. How much you're blowing my mind.
Okay.
The way I grew up, I'm gonna tell you how I grew up, so you can really see how my mind is exploding. In my household, our Kool-Aid used to be so sweet, girl. You would probably catch diabetes. We would put like probably 4 cups of sugar in our Kool-Aid, probably. Like, think how much sugar that is.
That's a lot.
To sweeten your gallon, like 1 gallon of Kool-Aid. That's a lot of sugar.
That's a lot of sugar. What's normal? I feel like it's usually like 2 cups or so. I haven't made Kool-Aid in a long time.
There's people that don't even sweeten it. They're like, it's already sweet. You're like,
No,
what?
Kool-Aid needs
I've
sugar
met
for
people
sure.
like that. I've definitely met people like that.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
not
we
that
put
crazy.
4, maybe 6. We put a lot. Like, we put so much sugar.
That
We
would put me in a
sugar our
coma.
cornbread. We put sugar in our greens. I don't know. My mom put sugar on everything. Definitely sugar
On
in
your greens?
spaghetti,
Like on
sugar.
salad?
No, like our collard greens. Like just
Oh,
a
I've never
little
had that.
tinge. Yeah, sugar and cabbage, like a little sweet cabbage, sweet spaghetti. Like to this day, I've been weaning off, obviously, getting healthier the older I got, but to this day, even when I met Jensen, he's like, sweet spaghetti. He be trying to get me off of it, so I'm weaning. I still sweeten it just oh so extra, but not like I grew up. Like sugar for me, I put sugar. So that's how much you're blowing my mind right now. Like we
Do you want to
sugared
know?
everything.
I right now do not even have sugar in my house since I moved here. Since August, I have not had sugar.
My mind's
I've been needing
blowing.
it for a couple things though, like that I'm cooking. That I'm like, dang it, I need sugar, so I put it on my list, so I'll have it soon. But
How do you
I
live
use
in
it
a
so
house with
little
no
that it's
sugar?
literally only when I cook stuff that
What?
I usually don't use it.
What? Did you grow up like this? Where did this come
I
from?
don't
How long have
know.
you been like this?
I don't think I sweetened
Who
things when I
are
was little. I
you?
think that's just.
Is that how y'all
I
grew
don't
up?
know.
No, tell me.
I guess I have no idea. I don't
You don't know where
remember
this came from?
growing up. No, I just know that I don't sweeten things. I never have. I only use sugar to bake. Like if
Never?
I'm baking cookies or something, I'll put sugar in it. That's it.
What?
You look
Girl,
so blown away.
I put sugar on sugar on sugar. Sugar on sugar on sugar.
Yeah, I don't remember though, like when I was a kid, I don't remember, and I don't know if this is normal. Do you remember when you were growing up, do you have a lot of like really good memories of being little, or do you only remember your trauma?
I have a lot of good memories of being little.
Me and my brother were talking a couple days ago. I don't remember anything good when I was young, like up until like
Oh.
18. Like I have barely any memories, and I know there was a lot of good. I remember like very few things. Like my mom would like come pick us up from school and take us to like Moab or something for the weekend and surprise us and like stuff like that, but very few, but mostly I just remember trauma, and that's it. And my brother was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't have any good memories either. What the heck?" Like I don't know if it's
Oh.
just our memory, because I do think I have bad memory in the first place or what, but I don't remember my childhood at all.
Where do you think that comes from?
I
Is
have
it
no
like you're
idea.
suppressing them, you think,
I
or
think some of it could be, but I don't know, because then why would it be like if you're suppressing memories, wouldn't you suppress the traumatic memories? Because I remember a lot of bad memories. It's
true?
just
That is
happy
true.
stuff. I don't know if I just didn't have a lot of happy stuff. I don't know, but
Hmm.
I don't feel like I had a bad childhood. I feel like it was good, but I don't remember things.
Oh, that's
It's weird.
sad. I was just talking about childhood memories with Jensen, in fact. Like, do you remember playing on the playground? No,
Oh,
you
I
don't.
remember one time I was trying to do a flip on a bar. That's all I can remember is one time. I don't remember ever playing on a playground.
Oh. Do you remember landing it or what happened? Or
Um, I just remember like we used to get on the bar and tie our sweatshirt around our waist and like connect us to the bar so we wouldn't fall, and then just spin around. So I don't think I fell or anything because I was tied with the sweatshirt, but that's all I
tired?
remember. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
just
weird.
that kind of memory.
Yeah,
Like a bunch of different ones. That's
but it's also,
crazy.
I
Wow.
think I do like block things out because I also don't remember my marriage very much. But that I think is mostly
Mm.
trauma. Like I block it out because sometimes I remember, like if I remember one little thing from when I was married, then it'll like open the door and I remember a lot of things, and it's usually really
Mm.
bad, and I'm like, holy crap, I can't believe that was my life. So I feel
Mhm.
like I just naturally just like block out parts of my life. And but
Mhm.
ever since I got divorced, I remember every detail since then. I don't know, it's really weird.
Hmm. Maybe part of it is like with the trauma, and you maybe trying to block out some of the trauma, you've lost parts of the good too,
Yeah.
or more of the good, maybe in this case, with that, unfortunately. And maybe depending if some things are being unlocked, like you said, in certain cases, and as you do self work, some of those will unlock happier
Yeah.
memories and childhood memories. Just theorizing, kind of from what I believe and what I study. But because I think about that with myself, I remember a lot of my childhood and a lot of good. A lot of that was good. But I do notice on that note, there are like maybe certain memories. I wouldn't say large gaps or anything, but there will be times maybe like I'm sitting with my kids and they'll be like, "Oh, do you remember such and such a memory?" And I'm like, "Not really." So it does happen, and I do
Mhm.
have kind of those periods, but there's also trauma mixed in, throughout my marriage and things like that as well. And so
Mhm.
I've thought about that with myself, and even, you know, as whether it was related to the marriage itself or not, I was still dealing with a lot of trauma, in my younger years that I had to work through. And so maybe you're just experiencing that, whatever traumas you've
Yeah.
had throughout your childhood and your earlier years and being married, your mind is probably just picking and choosing to hold on to certain parts. And maybe as you work through that, it'll kind of re-exchange and say, hey, we can maybe lay some of the traumas down and pick up some of those happier memories. So I've
Mm-hmm.
thought about that, but just kind of in a different aspect where I'm like, why don't I remember some of those? That sounds like a good memory with my kids. Why
Yeah.
don't I remember that?
It's
You know?
weird. There's a
Mhm.
on TikTok there's like a viral shadow work journal thing
Mhm.
that I bought when I was going to Mexico. Quite a few of us bought that book. So I've been doing that, not consistently. I've done a few pages, and it asks questions about like when you were a child, like how this made you feel or whatever, so you can like work through some trauma. And it's like hard for me because I like read the question. I have to think so hard to be like, I don't remember this. And I have to like fight to pull out a memory of what like has to do with that. So maybe that'll
Mhm.
help once I get through that. I don't know.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. My sister bought me a shadow work book. I have not yet to open it if she hears this episode anytime soon. She bought it like 3 years ago. I'm sorry, sis.
Did you
But it's
ever?
triggering.
It's what? Oh, it's triggering. Yeah.
It's
Um,
triggering.
did you ever read the poem journal thing? Not journal, the poetry book I got you.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
you
back
did?
home. I wish I had it now.
I
Yes.
loved
Well,
it
you could
so
tell
much.
Addie to read it now too, because Addie was just asking me for some books to read. But
That's good.
speaking of her, I gave her a meditation book earlier, I think a couple years ago too, which she just picked up recently and read, and she was texting me and she's like, "Oh my gosh, mom, this book's amazing and it's been really helpful and great
Oh,
for me." So I'm glad you brought that up. I'll tell her
I
to
love
look for
that.
that too,
Yeah,
But yes, 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 yes. And I'm getting through a book right now about voodoo, which is
like
fun.
like really about voodoo or like a book like a oh, okay. I can't
Real
read stuff
voodoo.
like that. Like anything that's
Yeah.
real, I can listen to an audible, but when I read, it has to be like romance or like some kind of book that is entertaining. I can't read the real stuff. I get so bored, I just fall asleep.
Well, it's about a history in New Orleans. So I'm finding
Mm,
that I like reading history stuff and living. I'm trying to partake on all things New Orleans. I think last week I was telling you we're going on like a little road trip with
mm-hmm.
Jensen's dad being here. And so he brought us a book about where we're going. So I'll be talking about
Ooh,
that and letting you know how that goes on our next episode. But it's the Atchafalaya
that's cool.
Basin.
So is his
Yes.
dad there already, or when is he
He
coming?
is.
Oh, he is
Yep.
there.
He made it 2 days ago. Just like a day. He's barely been here. Yeah. I
That's
think yesterday was
exciting.
his first full day here.
Fun.
Yeah.
Is Jensen there? Can he hear you?
No.
Okay, because by the time we post this, it'll be after Christmas, so you have to tell us about your gift. I want all the details.
Yes.
Ooh, I keep
So, and
hitting
let me not
this.
talk too loud.
Yeah.
I got us him a cruise.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you told me it was a cruise, but didn't tell me like where or anything. Where is it going?
So it's leaving here from New Orleans. I'm like, we can't not take advantage of a cruise when we're
I
living
can't believe you
right
have a
here.
port there. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's like half the guesswork. It was so
Yeah,
much, and they
I
had
would
all
go on
these
cruises all the time.
sales. Girl, they had so many sales for Christmas, and then again, like that's half. Because I was just looking at different vacations, and I kind of want to, we went to Hawaii a couple years ago, and I want to rejuice just those vibes in general. I'm like, man, looking at different vacations, they're so expensive. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, freaking duh. Like, cruises, we're right here, so you save majority price and
Yeah.
all those holiday deals. I was like, yes, please, sign me up. So, booked it. It's a 5-day cruise to the Western
Oh,
Caribbean.
it's
So,
gonna be amazing.
yeah, we're going to Cozumel, Mexico, and then we're gonna go to the Yucatan, Mexico as
Wow.
well, and have a couple days at sea. I got us an oceanfront balcony
Oh,
room. It's
it's
gonna,
gonna
because
be
he's never been on
amazing.
a cruise,
Really?
so
Oh, he's
he's
gonna
never been
love
on a
it.
cruise. And the thing with Jensen is his love language is quality time. One of them, like he loves an experience. So I always try to think about that,
That's so
when I'm getting
nice.
him something and really make it gifts, it doesn't really mean that much to him. It's the experience. And so I really plan that. Paid for both of us. It's all paid for. It's planned. It's booked. It's
Wow.
counting down. I've been working out every day, trying to look my best, feel my best,
Oh, that's so
hydrating.
exciting. And it's just a couple
Yeah,
months
I've been
away,
seeing
too. Once a vacation's booked, I get so impatient. So it's
it's
so
like
nice that
50
it's only a
days. I
couple.
got a little
Yeah.
counter. Let me look at my little widget counter on my phone. I will tell you exactly how long because we are going in February. So it's going to line up too for our birthdays and Valentine's Day, which would be really dope.
When is his birthday?
Oh, wait. My bad. I got a song with my countdown. Celebrate. Good times. Come on. His is February 28th.
Oh, that's
What's
perfect
it say? I
timing
gotta
then.
take off my glasses. I got 1 month, 13 days, 23 hours, 41 minutes, and 20 seconds.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Celebrate
I'm so
good
excited.
time. There's our little boat. Come
Oh,
on.
I can't wait for him to find out. That's so exciting. Are we still
Me
gonna try to go on a
neither.
cruise at the end of next year?
What'd you
Do you
say?
still want to? Are we still gonna try to go on a cruise at the end of next year?
I'm
Be
down.
fun. I'm gonna try to save my
Yeah,
money.
too many cruises in my life.
Yeah, I was looking up flights to New Orleans in February, like towards like the end of February, and there's one. They're having sales right now. I hope I can buy it before the sales are gone. But through Delta, it was only $300 round trip,
Ooh,
and I was like,
girl.
that's so nice.
That's
If I was gonna go
good.
the weekend we were planning, it was like close to 800. So it works out better, I think. I don't think it's worth paying that much to
Yeah,
go for
that's
Mardi Gras
way
anyway.
better.
So
That is way, way
that'll be good.
better.
Yeah.
Look
So
how that worked
as soon
out.
as I have the money, then I will check the dates with you and get it, but it seems like it'll be cheap. And
Right.
after our last conversation about Broadway, I started looking at who's coming here. And the Broadway show that the girls really want to go to New York to see is Six. And
Okay.
they are coming here in January. So I'm adding that to their Christmas gifts. We're going to go see Six. I'm so excited. I've never been to a Broadway show, so it'll be the first one for all of us. It's so
Oh, I love
expensive,
it.
though. It's so
I
expensive.
love it.
I feel like
Yeah.
I looked at like the expensive seats and it was like close to 600 for the three of us to go. But if we sit in the very back of the top like thing, it's only like $200 and I'm like I feel like it'll be fine for us to just go and sit in the
It's
very
fine.
back.
Especially you're first and you're taking
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Just get the experience and start going and love it. I love that you did that because it's really reminiscent. My mom used to always, like, my mom introduced us to theater and we would go to musicals. So it just gives
That's
me
cool.
mom vibes,
Yeah.
warm and cuddly.
I
Couldn't
just
fit
love
better.
experiences. Yeah. Like I
Yes.
realized last night every gift I got them is an experience. All of it. So they have nothing. And that's why
Yes.
I do like the whole big Christmas thing of giving it to them because they don't have anything to open. It's all experiences. But they like that the best anyway. So
It
I'm
means
excited.
more. It
It
means so
does.
much more. Like people getting caught up in all these gifts and the wrong thing, at Christmas time that they don't appreciate half the
Hmm.
time. And, it's like, what do you get people anymore these days,
Yeah. I
that they're going
actually
to
saw.
appreciate?
Do you know Elise Myers on
Mm-mm.
TikTok? She is super popular, but she just made a post the other day that said, like, what if instead of like buying everyone in your family gifts, everyone just buys themselves something? So then, like,
Mm-hmm.
the cost doesn't matter, nothing matters because it's just for yourself. And then when you get together, you open your gift that you got yourself, and like everyone gets to know you better because they see like what you chose for yourself and like why you like that. And then I saw someone comment that said it would be fun to wrap them all in the same wrapping paper and put it in the middle. And then when you open it, you have to guess whose gift it is. And I think that
That's
sounds like way
cute.
less pressure, way less expensive. Like it means
Yes.
everyone's actually getting what they want. I feel like I'm gonna like with my kids, I wouldn't do that obviously, but like when it's like your
That's
extended family, I feel like that would be so
cute.
much better.
I love
So
that. I love that. Is she a
yeah,
health life coach? I feel like I've heard
no,
of her.
she's just like funny. Like, she's so uplifting. She got famous because she posted about a date story that she had about tacos. Like, her date, they went through a drive-through at Taco Bell, and he ordered like 100 tacos and then made her pay for it and then just took them all. Like, you have to hear the story. Like, it's actually really funny, but that's what like blew up. But then the way she talks is just so like relatable. Like, she's kind of like goofy and nerdy, but like so real, and everyone just relates to her and loves her. And yeah, she's just awesome.
That's a vibe, and I love that Christmas idea. That's amazing. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna tell my family.
You know,
yeah, and it's
like that.
And I feel like when I buy stuff for my family, I don't ever know what the heck to get. It's so hard. And sometimes they get me things I want, but sometimes not. And it's just because we don't know what, like, we don't live with each other anymore. We don't know what we want or need. And I just feel like it would be so much better. And it's an excuse to spend the money on yourself, because we don't really spend a lot of money on ourselves, like around Christmas time especially. Yeah. So I think that sounds like a great plan.
Yeah. I'm going to keep that in mind and use that going forward, because have people get to know you, save the money, you know,
and
have it be more of a bonding experience instead of a stress factor.
Right. I get stressed about buying my family gifts, so I think it would help so much.
And you lose all the focus, right? Or you could be happy, change those frequencies around it, right? And it's like, oh, do you get them a gift card? Gift cards don't get used. Do you give cash? It's so impersonal. Like, you get so lost in all the different things. And my family has like different amounts that they're able to spend. Like, my brother sent me 2 backpacks that he was thinking about getting my dad. They're super nice ones. And he was like, will you like somehow sneakily find out which color he would like more? So I acted like I was buying it for my brother. But when I clicked on the links so I could take a screenshot to send it to my dad, they were $500 each. Holy.
And I'm like, and he always, like, he's bought my dad AirPods. Like, he has the money to do it. And so he buys things that he knows that they'll like. And so then it comes to me, and I'm like, I got my dad a big pack of different barbecue seasonings that's like, has like 20 different kinds. Like, my gift was $20. I can't do that. So I just feel like I would feel so much less pressure, and it would be so nice to do that.
Do you think if you ever pitched that idea, your family would be down for it?
I'm going to ask them. My mom's coming over tomorrow for our party with my nephews and my kids, and I'm going to ask. So we'll see. I don't think my dad's family would, but I usually only buy, I don't do like all my step siblings and stuff on that side of my family. It's just my mom's side of the family that does all the drawing, and we all get each other stuff. So I feel like that's where I would want to do it.
I like it. Let me know.
This year we did the making the gifts.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, we haven't talked about that?
No.
It was so funny, Niki. I got my brother, and I did embroidery, and it's just like cactuses, and at the top it says "Don't be a prick," and I framed it and gave it to him. And then I made him some like Christmas decorations. And then my kids had my nephews. So it's like, you have to make something they're like 5 and 2 or 3. So like little kids, what are you going to make them that they appreciate? So we like got little kids wooden toys, and they just painted them. And my brother, it was so funny. He wanted to make my kids like a resin square thing that has stuff inside of it. And so he made it for them, and they didn't dry. They're still not dry. It's been like 2 weeks. They're still sitting up there not dry. It did not work out at all. Yeah.
Oh.
It was really funny, but it caused a lot of stress for all of us trying to make the gifts. And we're like, my mom came up with the idea. She's like, it would be such a good idea to make the gifts, because she like owns a candle making company and stuff. And so I expected her to give candles, but she didn't. She actually made different things. She made my sister-in-law a painting that's like amazing. But yeah, it was too much pressure to make the gifts. So I think next year we're going to try the new thing. We'll see.
That would kind of be a lot. Like, it sounds fun on the surface, but then it's like,
when you're not creative,
yeah.
And I am not.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And like you said, depending on who you have for the little kids, that makes it that much harder.
Yeah.
You know, if it's all adults or something, like, let's just make a candle or something.
Yeah. But it was really funny. Like, it did end up being fun. And my 2 brothers made my mom and my stepdad like a coffee table that was super nice with like shelving and everything on it. It was
Dang.
nice.
Are they actually like wood people?
No, they figured out how to do it because my brother, I guess, bought like a wood saw and some other tools a couple months ago and hasn't used them, so he wanted an excuse to figure out how to use them. So they figured it out.
Ah, that's
It
cool.
was really good.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That's a vibe. Look at y'all being creative and stuff.
we tried. It was
It's like a
fun.
holiday mood.
But I got all my stuff put together for my kids for our Christmas. I'm so excited. I'm going to post pictures of it all when I get it all pulled up. I got my crickets. They came. I didn't get the chocolate covered ones because they didn't look like crickets. And I was like, that's not quite as creepy because it just looks like chocolate. So I got this kind that came with 3 flavors. It has like Cool Ranch, barbecue, and something else. And they're just crickets, Nikki. Oh, it's so gross. If one of them eats it, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. But I'm making it so
You think they
everything
will?
has like, I think so. I think I'm going to say, so each thing that I have set up is worth a certain amount of points. And the crickets are worth like more points than most stuff. And then I'm going to say whoever wins gets $20. And if you do everything, then you get an extra 10. So I'm hoping that'll like incentivize them to do it. One of the things
Yeah.
I'm doing, so Addison is very shy. She doesn't like to be like in front of people and stuff. And so one of the things I'm doing is telling them they have to go live on TikTok and sing the national anthem. And I'm just gonna die if she does that. It'll be like so hard for her, so it's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Ooh, this is gonna be
It is.
good.
I'm
I
excited.
cannot wait. I'm
I
so
can't
ready.
wait.
How was
It'll
your
be
week
fun.
off?
Good. I slept so much. I think because I'm still getting over being sick. Like my throat is still
Oh,
bad, and I literally slept like until 1 most days. I had to take my kids to school and then come back and go back to sleep. But I just feel like I just needed rest, and that's all I did. I
good.
slept. So I
Good.
feel today I woke up at 9. Thank goodness. I feel like I'm getting back to normal, but I've just been
Good.
exhausted. So how was your week?
I had a good week. What did I do? Oh, college. I finished out the semester.
Yay!
Woo!
How
I
much longer do
finished
you have
with business.
left?
I got 6 courses left. So
Yay!
I'm working on my digital entrepreneurship. I did complete my certificate in it already. I did that in the summer. And then I transferred into a full MBA in digital entrepreneurship. So I've got 6 courses left in that. And so I just finished a legal course. Girl, business law is
Yeah,
tough.
really? I'm so proud of you. I just remember for so long, it was like one of your biggest goals, but it was like you had to jump through hoops to get everything figured out to get started. And it
Yes,
was a lot to go through. So the fact that you're like in
yes.
it and sticking to it and finishing out, like I'm so freaking proud of you.
And maintaining a 4.0, y'all.
That's
Choo-choo.
amazing. Oh,
Shiny, shiny. My GPA is so important because that was part of my hoops before. And
yeah.
so I'm just keeping the shiniest GPA. I make that president's list every term. I'm
Oh,
very proud. I'm putting in the work, but I let my brain rest this week. It felt good.
yeah. I bet.
Yes,
When do you
yes,
start
yes,
again?
yes.
Like in a week or two?
January like 2nd, they put
Oh,
us right in. But it should be an easier class. I was looking at the 6 that I have left, and I do need to change the language around it, but what I was getting ready to say is math is not necessarily my strong suit.
mm-hmm.
Working on changing that and the frequencies around it, but I've got some like statistic courses. I'm not necessarily the most excited, so I think after this, because business is easy. Business and English, I've always been like a linguistic and a right brain person and creative, and that has always come very, very easily to me. And
Mm-hmm.
so math and statistic and analytics, I've had to work a lot harder for.
Yeah.
Not that I can't get it, I just got to work harder for it, and it's not as exciting, you know?
Yeah, I agree. When I took statistics, Nephi was my boss, and he helped
Hmm.
me through all of it. I could not figure that crap out. He sat with me and showed me how to do all of it, and he's the reason I got through that class. Because especially doing it
Hmm.
online, it's hard. But I feel like you might need to reach out to some people if you need help. I can't help you,
So
but
I'm
Nephi
gonna
could.
reach out to you. Yes. Might need to get a tutor. I don't know, especially on a graduate level. That might really be like next level.
Yeah.
But I don't want to save because I have like a business finance, which may not be as scary as the statistics. I'm not too sure. But I don't want to stack them up at the end where I have back to back, especially after
Yeah.
going through this
That would be
legal
hard.
course. Because
Mm-hmm.
it was very arduous. It was a tough course. And so I'm like, okay, I'll take a break with this fun business course, but I'm probably going to get back at it and jump into another hard one and try to pace them. So I'm just not like, oh, I did all the fun, nice, easier ones, and then I'm stuck with these really hard ones back to back at
Yeah.
the end,
That's
you know?
smart. I just remember, like, a lot of people we worked with have taken those classes. So I would
Mm.
reach out to people if you need help. And don't they do, like, free tutoring, too? I haven't been in admissions in a long time, but I feel like they
Yeah,
do that.
they got the tutoring, at least on undergrad. I would think it exists
Yeah.
on the graduate level, you know?
Yeah, I would just look
Yeah.
into it before you, like, get behind and stressed, because then that's when you start,
Yeah.
like, shutting down, you know?
Before I register, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Before I even get in?
Yeah. Yeah. Get all that figured out.
We are pre planning for that,
Yes.
Joe.
Yeah,
Like,
that's rough.
no. But I
Proud
feel
of you.
good. What else happened this week? My dad came in town. That was great. Excited to have him here. And he loves how I design next door.
Yeah.
So he's been really
Oh, is he
excited.
staying over there?
Yeah, have I shown you on video yet since
I
I
don't
designed
think
it?
so. Mm-mm.
Remind me,
I
I have
saw
to
when you
show
first
you.
went out. Yeah, you have to show me.
Yeah,
That's
so
exciting.
he
For
loves
those, I
it.
can't remember if we talked about this, but Nikki, when she moved to New Orleans, they bought a duplex. Her boyfriend did with his family. And so the other side of the duplex, they're trying to figure out either renting it out, doing Airbnb, whatever ends up working out. But so that's why she decorated the entire side. It was so cute when I did see it, but that was before you did anything to it. So yeah, I definitely want to see.
I'll
That's awesome.
upgrade ya, and show you
Yeah.
that. So he's been giving me kudos, which makes me happy. And then last night, so New Orleans and Christmas is a totally different vibe, and it's just been really pretty. And when I live in Salt Lake, there's the fancy part that they call the avenues. And so Jensen and I every year would drive into the upper avenues where all the rich people are with the huge houses, and they put all the fancy lights, and it makes me happy. I'm a Christmas gal. We were talking about this, and I love lights. That's my jam. And so we would do that, especially when it snowed. I'm like, let's go for a drive. And so here we recreated that. We don't have cars out here. We left our cars in Salt Lake. And so we recreated that when his dad, because his dad drove in, and we
Oh,
went, it's St. Charles Avenue here. And St. Charles is the big shindig and to do. And so I'll send you videos of that too that you
yeah.
can put on our page. But
I
they go
will.
out on St. Charles, and you got the streetcar that can take you out there, or you can drive. And those houses were so pretty. Some of them had moving drummer boys, or like life size big old nutcrackers, and just gorgeous. So we did that, and then some late night ice cream.
Oh,
So
that's fun. It's
it was
crazy
fun.
how much people go all out to decorate. Because I think about like how expensive it is just to decorate like your Christmas tree. To like buy all the things that you need. Like it's
Girl,
expensive.
yes,
So to do
yes.
like the entire outside of your house, like not even a little bit, but like that much, like holy cow, it's a lot.
Especially to be bougie with it. Like
Yeah.
I've been really like, oh, I got a good money year. I'm gonna do a bougie tree this year. Huh. And you go to places like Pier One, them bougie type places too? Girl, you
It's
got so
so
much.
much. I buy me and the girls a Christmas ornament every year because it just even it adds up. So now I have quite a few nice ones because I can't just buy a whole tree. It's so expensive.
That you're not trying to be bougie and themed, you
Yeah.
drop some money. So I can imagine like what these people, these are the rich folks out there.
Manifesting that for our future.
We drawing it in. We getting into energetic alignment. we've been going through this course. That's been great. I've been having all kinds
Yeah.
of good energies and fireworks. Not good this week is my fantasy football, but it's
Oh,
fine.
I
It's
haven't done
fine.
fantasy football for a couple years, but I should because I love the feeling of kicking the guy's trash and just like winning makes me so happy. I love it. So I've got to do that
It
again.
does. And I'm competitive and I just love to
Hmm.
win. So my boyfriend is the commissioner and he got me into it. This is my third year playing. I made second place my first year. I made first place. I was the champ last year. And now I'm in the semifinals. I'm trying to win
That's
again and be the
awesome.
champ this year.
That's
This is my
awesome.
dilemma.
I won
Is that
last time I did it. Next year you got to have me do it with you. I'll do it with you
get
guys.
in, get in. It's so fun. So here,
It is
I'm
fun.
like taking it in. And so last week I had this guy and I put him on my bench and he scored so high.
Oh, it's
And
the
then I
worst.
had two guys on my bench score fairly high and two star players on my bench did diddly poo. And I'm like, and I
Yep.
lost. I'm like, really? But it's okay because I already had a spot in the semifinals. This is the semifinals, and I'm against the same guy that I barely lost to last week. Grr.
Oh.
And so I took out these two guys that were my star players, especially the one, his name is Puka Nakua. And I've had Puka in there, and he's unpredictable. I haven't had a need to ever take him out, but he did diddly poo the last 2 weeks, and he broke my heart. He got me 7 points last week, seven. So I took him out. Don't you
That's
know
funny.
Puka put up 32 points last night? And I'm like, Puka, stupid Nakua. So
How
technically,
dare he?
I'm not like losing. I'm still projected to win. Like everything's weird this week. That was an early. That's the Thursday game. We got a Saturday game and a Sunday game. I'm still projected to win against my opponent, and then I'm gonna move on for anybody who don't like football. But this has been bothering me this week because
It really does like affect how you feel because it you especially if you're competitive. I get so into it. It's like all I care about during football season. It's so fun.
I want to win. And this stupid guy for 2 weeks and Brittany, and and we're manifesting. And I was trying to like go in, and I promise you, girl, like right before the game, 10 minutes, I swear I had a gut feeling to probably just put him in anyway. But it's hard because I have a good team. And I'm like, who do I put him in instead of? So that was part of the hang up, especially when he was like womp womp with seven
Yeah.
points. I'm like, I can't afford a 7 point, and I take you. So I was fighting that gut natural, right? And part of my heart too, he was going against the Saints. And so I was
Oh.
leading with my heart and believing in the Saints. That's your downfall. You can't play with your heart in fantasy.
Yeah.
Go with your gut every time.
Yes. You went to the game again, didn't you?
Yes, and we did win. So that's also part of my
Yay.
highlights. We won last week. Last night we lost terribly.
Okay.
They were bumbling idiots. I don't know what was going on, but on Sunday.
That's awesome. I love that you guys get to go to the games. That's so fun.
Yes, and I got
And I
picked
know
for that. I
Jensen
got picked
loves
for all the
it.
things.
Yeah, send me all the
Yes.
things. You got to send pics from the game, pics from Coyote Ugly, and
Very
there was a
ugly.
video. Oh, and you looking at the Christmas stuff.
Oh yeah,
Send all the things.
St. Charles. St.
So we were going to talk about mindset this week. We're already over an hour. Do you still want to talk about it? I feel like I have a lot to say about mindset. Should we save
I
it for
do.
next
I
time?
think we should. Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
let's save it. Is there anything else we should add? Should we end it here?
I think we should end it. This was an amazing week, but that's how our energy
Yeah.
is. We can just talk and
Yeah.
talk about
That's why we
stuff.
decided to do this because we don't even need to like plan things to talk about because I feel like we just always have like love catching up with you. I love that we just have good energy and good things to talk about and it just makes this easy. And I feel like the biggest thing in doing something for yourself and like being successful is that it's something that's easy and comes naturally. And I think that the more you like plan it, the more you write down like I'm going to talk about this and this and this, the more in your head you get and then our like real energy doesn't come through and it's not the same. So that's what I love so much about this. It takes years for podcasts to really go anywhere, but it's like so much fun that it doesn't even matter.
It is.
So
So mindset next week.
That's awesome.
That's going to be amazing. I do have some great things. I can't wait to hear what you
Yeah.
have to say. And then
Me too.
we'll be getting into some New Year goalie things I
Yeah.
think, after that. So a lot of good things coming up, but
Yeah,
I'm
it's going to be
excited.
amazing. Yeah. All right. Well, we will see you next week. We post on Tuesdays at 1 Mountain Standard Time. And I hope you all have the best week.
Bye.